All righty, brother. Was it
Yes, sir.
episode 31?
31. 31.
31.
31. 31 Savage.
Hey, hey, they say we would never make it to 31. They never said we'd make it past 30. But here we are. My teacher said I was never going to be shit.
Oh, Jack. And now I'm 31 episodes to a podcast.
31 episodes strong, bro. Oh,
For
man.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. Nah, I'm feeling pretty good about this episode today. We got a lot of actually a lot of pretty good topics today. And I probably say that every week, but yeah, I mean it this time. A lot of good topics this week.
Okay.
We got some
All
stuff
right. Pleasure.
we got some stuff from yeah, Marvel, DC, anime. Might throw in some movie stuff in there for y'all today.
Mhm.
Yeah. I know Genzo got some topics too. So, we're about to rock out. Let's get straight into it on this MLK Day. We're recording a day earlier, so
I had the
um
dream.
yeah, that part.
I'm sorry. I'm like, shout out to Martin Luther King.
Shout out to MLK.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to civil rights.
Shout out. Marching. Type shit. Appreciate y'all.
All right. So if you want to get right into it, shoot, let's start. Actually, let's start off with some movie stuff. Let me hit you with something real quick. It's dealing with
Right.
trilogies.
Okay.
Ready? All
Yeah.
right. Let me ask you this: which trilogy was better, Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and 3, or the Dark Knight trilogy?
Christian Bale?
Christian Bale, yes. There's a right answer here, by the way.
The Christian Bale Batman trilogy is easier to digest all the way through, whereas the Star
Okay.
Wars trilogy is not. We know how that goes, brother.
Mhm.
Starting off one way and then having to go do a prequel that looks better than the original movie. Crazy. To this day, that still throws me off to this day. Because, I mean, that is what we're talking about, correct? Just
Yep.
making sure.
Episode 1, 2, and 3.
Brother, I promise you to this day, that used to throw me off. I used to not hear anybody talk about that. But yeah, it's so odd to see the original movie that's supposed to be set in the future, and then all the other movies that come out like prior to that or next to that are beforehand.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's rough, man. It's rough. It's like looking at your 20s in VHS and then looking at your pre-K days in 4K.
So you saying that Dark Knight trilogy is better?
It's really hard to put over Star Wars.
Personally, I'm getting into Star Wars. Personally.
Okay.
And here's why. Batman trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy with Christopher Nolan, phenomenal trilogy. Of course, the second movie, one of the best superhero films to this day, right? But and I know people are gonna say in comparison to like all of them, some people say like episode 1 is weak. Even back then, some people didn't like episode 3. But I feel like as a story, going from basically Anakin's story, going from like a child to his like turn to the dark side, all that, and then building the universe or the foundation that kind of made the classic films. I just think I have to give it to it just due to the overall story elements. Of course, Batman trilogy is a little more isolated to Gotham, which is still great. And of course, great epic moments. But for as when I put them all together, when you put them like if I were to watch it all the way through, both of them, I have to give it to Star Wars just due to the story that was told over the Batman story, which is still a good story. But if I just put them all together, like bunched up, I have to give it to Star Wars, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, for that sake, because it sounds like scale plays a big part in your answer. If that's the case, then I will definitely double back and go into. I'll lock in on the Batman trilogy, Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy, because it's like I said, in scale, yeah, you're right. Star Wars has it. We're talking about a galaxy, multiple planets, of all these different races. You're talking about the entire Order of the Jedi, the Sith, whatever. Which, like I said, it's good. Both of these are fine. I like them both. There is no negative in. Well, you can find negatives in both, but I like them both for what they are. But I will say with Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy, sometimes you don't need to go big. You don't need all the grandioseness. You know what I'm saying? You don't need all that. You just sometimes need a solid story. You got one guy, one villain. He does what he has to do. A man on a mission. It's fine, bro. Because sometimes you get shit muddied up. Because don't even get me started how midichlorians just started showing up in the Star Wars trilogy out of nowhere. Oh, you're midichlorian, right? Like, excuse me, my what? My who? Shut up, nigga. Like I said, it's like I said, and like I said, the craziest part is because like when you watch it all the way through, you could start with the movie that originally came out first, and then watch it that way, like in order as it came out, or you could watch it, with how it's supposed to be, canonical order. And like I said, you're going from watching like some masterpiece, you know what I'm saying, high resolution for the time, and then you're going back to watching like your grandpap's fucking crank camera, bro. And it's like, what are we doing here? So for technical reasons, I'll put Christopher Nolan's Batman over Star Wars every day of the week. Just for technical reasons, like I said, and in the long term of watching, the long stretch. I love Star
Every
Wars.
day of the week is kind of crazy, but yeah, okay.
I'm just
Well, no, I get what you mean.
technical term. In the
Oh,
technical term.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, in the technical term
Oh,
for the
okay, just in technical.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
understood.
I'm not. No. I'm not saying
Okay,
like,
that like
Batman
God
just
dang.
purged from Star Wars.
Yeah, okay. I'm like, yikes.
But like I said, the same way that it's like, my thing is, if you're choosing Star Wars for the scale, I'm choosing Batman for the technicals.
Well, for me, it's not just scale does play a part, but I think it's more so the story of Anakin. If I just dial down story of Anakin, story of Batman, I just like the trilogy, how they treated the story of Anakin as a trilogy from the beginning to his eventual turn versus Batman's, which he had some, ups and downs, some changing of behavior and thoughts, of course, which was pretty well done.
Wait.
But I would have to
Not
give
to
it
interrupt. So you would say that the story of Star Wars first three is more cohesive than the Batman trilogy?
cohesive. That's a hard one because everything that like kind of Liam Neeson's character or Ra's al Ghul did in one, it still comes around in Batman. So I would consider it less cohesive. I think the cohesiveness is still linear for both because they in episode one, like with Anakin, they talked about, hey, he got too many attachments, like, so we're not going to train or whatnot. That attachment situation came back around to the end with his eventual, turn. So they all were cohesive enough and told like the overarching story from like that first installment to the end. Those same elements came around. I would say I just kind of prefer the progression of the story and the for his character with Anakin per se, slightly over Batman. For his that trilogy. So that's what I would say more so.
You know what? Hey, at the end of the day, Liam Neeson was in both. Doesn't matter. All right. All right, baby.
Hey, he started off for both.
Hey, he did. Liam Neeson was in both.
Yeah.
Shout out to my nigga Qui-Gon and Ra's al Ghul.
Right. Hey, if you want a bomb trilogy, hey, put Liam Neeson in the first one.
You feel me? Hey,
make sure he has to die in the first one though. But he has to die in the first one though. Is he like Taken? Taken, he didn't die in the first one. That's why it got kind of got a little rocky. But
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me. Oh, you want to? Yeah, one. You want to throw? Okay. Let me hit you with this one. Which of these characters? Actually, I don't want to say this. Which of these characters had more pressure on them, Aang or Team Gohan?
Technically speaking, Team Gohan, because he had to protect, like, realistically speaking, it was all about protecting Earth. Although the Fire Nation, bruh, it's like the Fire Nation was not nearly as big as a threat as any single entity in Dragon Ball that wanted to destroy the Earth, bruh. Whatsoever. Cell, just Cell in general, clapping the entire Fire Nation and the Water Nation, every tribe, the Earth, the solar system, on it. So the scales of who had more pressure, I would say Gohan, but when you really think about it, Aang was kind of the only nigga that could stop the Fire Nation.
That's
granted,
actually
like,
the exact point I was about to make.
granted, if guns existed, bro, you could have put a bullet straight through Fire Lord Ozai. That would have ended the story. But
Yeah.
but you need, like, the thing about it is though, it's really Aang in the long run, because like I said, like, what Aang had to do is by the time Aang had to get over his own self stuff, because he's not like Kyoshi, he's not a murderer, he's not trying to kill anybody just off rip. He had to be able to handle the situation in his way, and then past that, also had to govern and dictate the nations to basically get everything in like some sort of order. His job didn't stop until he actually died. Gohan's job was literally like him protecting the Earth. If we're only going canonical Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, then after Cell, Gohan really didn't even have to do nothing.
Was good.
Gohan didn't even have to do. Gohan didn't even have to do nothing until, it's gonna be a crazy clip. Gohan doesn't have to do anything until like the Buu saga. You know what I'm saying? Because the BoJack movie isn't canon, so whatever. None of the movies in between are canon. But until he gets to the Buu saga, Gohan doesn't have to do anything. But even by that point, Vegeta, like, he has the entire Z Fighters, his dad, Vegeta, and all them. So it's not really on him per se. Whereas on with Aang, everything was kind of still fall to Aang in the long run.
Yeah. And that's what I'm gonna say. And Raph, we were talking about who had more pressure on them, Aang or Team Gohan. But I would say Aang, for the simple fact that there was not another soul who could fight Fire Lord Ozai. But technically, Z Fighters, they had a whole gang. They decided not to jump, of course, but they had like a whole gang of Z Fighters who could have, eventually powered up or done something eventually. Even though I know canonically, like, Perfect Cell was stronger than them, but you know how Dragon Ball works. There could be another, power up a boost like that or whatnot. But that's why I gotta give it to Aang, because nobody's really touched it or had the will to touch him, pretty much. So I think we got it pretty much on the same page.
Also, we have to remember Aang was like 12.
Yeah.
Well, technically Gohan was 12 too. Technically,
well, I thought he was like
12.
I thought he was like 13, 14. Well, I mean,
that's kind of the same. Okay. Word. It's just an insane amount of pressure to have to not only save. You're not like just saving your own people, or you're saving. By the way, Aang's people are already gone. They're already wiped off the planet. He doesn't have any airbenders to help him be a better airbender or anything. He just has to learn that on his own. So he has to learn everything else just along the way from people that really weren't qualified to teach him that well. Like, that's a lot of pressure.
It's like it's a lot of pressure, man, for real. It's honestly a lot of pressure, like I said, because like I said, Aang's job didn't stop after he defeated Fire Lord Ozai. He had to keep going. Whereas, like, because I mean, you saw in Korra, he had to still fight. Was it Zahir or Amon? All of them. It was Zahir.
The one who was like doing all the blood bending and all that.
No, the blood bending dude. That's what it was. My fault.
But I think it was his brother or something like that. I'm wonking on the names, but
it's cool. Yeah, he had to keep going, bro. Like, and these are threats that really only Aang could stop. Whereas Gohan, like I said, once Goku and Vegeta came back with their bodies, Gohan got to go off and be a scholar and just be he wasn't even that good of a dad, realistically speaking, because he was putting Pan on Piccolo. But he could keep living his life and researching, bro. Aang literally had to stay that guy until he died. So I give it to Aang, bro. I give it to Aang.
I'm with you there. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and go to the next topic. Let me ask y'all this. All right. So the original MCU Avengers, like from Avengers 1, those characters are dropped into the Chimera Ant arc. There's no hunters. Are they handling business or are they getting packed up?
MCU Avengers?
Yes.
They clapping. Who's beating
You
Thor?
clapping? Okay.
Who's beating Thor? Who's beating Thor, bro?
Okay.
Who's beating Thor? Oh my God! Now, granted, the rest of them probably didn't clap, bro. Meryl is clapping, but like not even Meryl, the Royal Guards.
Mm-hmm.
Not even the Royal Guards, bro. Like, who was Hawkeye beating, right? Because you had like Zazam, who was like the Scorpion chick, right? And she had basically almost damn near unpierceable like skin.
Armor, skin,
Yeah, and then afterwards, when she became like the little crocodile or whatever version, Phaeton had to like kill her with the pain packer, which was like a little sun that he fried her with. Like he fried her to death. What is Hawkeye doing to that, bro? What is Black Widow doing to that?
Nothing.
What are these niggas doing to that? Nothing.
Absolutely
nothing at all, bro. So, but once you get people like Hulk and Thor in there, it's just like none of them are. Well, they might beat Hulk. I ain't gonna lie. Miriam will probably piece Hulk the hell up. MCU Hulk is garbage.
Yeah.
So they probably piece that nigga up and then make him go into like a PTSD relapse or whatever, bro. But Thor, nah. Also, not to mention, I feel like
Thor is gonna be the saving grace.
Thor's definitely saving grace, but honestly, it's kind of sad to say, but the MCU Avengers, these guys are kind of like a pack of emotional wrecks. Clint, bro, once his family got disappeared, he became a Ronin, just wanted to kill the Japanese for whatever reason. Thor goes through depression, bro got obese, whatever. Hulk got hands put on him. That man started wearing cardigans and being chill. Tony, he just gave up being a hero. Tony gave up that junk to go to a cabin and go live with his family. These niggas are emotional wrecks. Honestly, I feel like once an ant kills a solid member, they might just fall apart, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. The MCU Avengers kind of weak.
Yeah, because some of the Hawkeye's pretty much getting done. Like what's his name? Was it Poco?
Poco, yeah, Poco.
Yeah.
Poco.
Yeah. And two, Hawkeye doesn't have Ned, so getting clapped off rip. Black Widow clap off rip, but they're gonna end up using Black Widow's guns. Now you move up to you got Captain America, Iron Man. Iron Man, he does have Iron Man, Thor. They can fly, so that definitely helps a lot. Because some of the flying ants that he did have were like kind of lower tier. They're powerful, more powerful ones. No, actually, I take it back. I forgot. Not UP, but Poof. I forgot he can fly. Never mind. Okay, so the ants got air support.
UP cooking Iron Man, bro. I don't care. UP's cooking Iron Man. I don't care nobody.
Because he's tanking a lot of his damage and like raising, then a speed situation too. But Raph, what you think?
I just don't see them getting far past the Royal Guard. The Royal Guard is just so they're so. Just the fact that Pichu is Pichu, right? Yeah, Pichu is just like. She's overpowered, like incredibly, like the strength that she has and the speed that she has. Like you're not gonna. I just don't see them getting. And here's the thing. How are you going to beat the king? How are you going to beat the king?
Exactly.
They're literally depending on Thor having to kind of break through his barrier. That's it, or break through his end. And I don't know how Thor's gonna react to getting hit with Nin. That part is the win wonky territory there. But for strength wise, he has the strength, obviously. But
I've seen Thor get beaten by way less powerful opponents. That's my thing. So how are you gonna get through this guy?
Yeah, he because he did get kind of tagged up by Gore in what's called Love and Thunder. And I think Miriam could beat Gore. So, because it's MCU though, so they kind of got to make it
MCU
look good. Yeah. So, because it's MCU one, it's kind of like he's not as powerful. Now, we talking about like comic, obviously, those versions, OP. But since we're talking about like MCU ones, a lot of them getting bodied. Like Thor might be the only one Thor and Hulk might be the only one that actually lives to tell the tale. Like, out of that, they're the only ones that's gonna live though, for sure.
And we're talking just live. Like they're living. That they're not winning though.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. My thing is, now that I think about it, the more I think about it, the more I'm starting to understand. Like, my overall answer is no. They can't win. They're not beating the dumb answer. These niggas, like I said, and it's because for me, they're emotional wrecks, bro. These niggas don't stand on no business whatsoever. Once you get in their heads, they're done. They're cooked. It's over with. These niggas, you can manipulate them psychologically. They're done. They're all cooked. Doesn't matter. Like absolutely not. Absolutely.
I feel that. I feel that.
So all right, let's get down to the nitty gritty here. All right, we got the big heavy hitting questions here. All right. In y'all's opinion, and I will go last. All right. Let me stop hitting my camera, my desk, my camera's shaking. Who is the most overrated character in your opinion in comics in general? Actually, you know what? I wasn't gonna let y'all go first.
Overrated?
I'm not gonna let y'all do it go first. I can't let nobody snipe me like this one because nobody's gonna be able to justify this as well as me. I'm so sorry. Hands down, Batman is the most overrated nigga in comics. Hands down. He is the most overrated comic book character. Hands down. Nothing he does makes sense. They just let this man, his white privilege. I'm just like, bro's privilege, him being a Nepo baby, it transcends the pages, bro. Because you're telling me you have so much money that you could become one of the greatest hand-to-hand fighters, one of the smartest niggas. You could get all the education you need, and somehow at the end of the day, you're still a guy, a dude, regular human DNA. You can box Darkseid, a fourth dimensional guy. Nothing makes sense with this man. They hate, bro. I've read too many Batman stories where DC just hand waves some bullshit. They're like, oh, Batman won. He just had a contingency. Batman won because he had a plan or somebody else set it up. Bro, this man is so overrated. That's why I'm so glad Absolute Batman exists right now, because this man has to get it out the dirt, the mud. He has to struggle. This is what Batman's supposed to be. Somebody got lost in the sauce with Batman. Granted, I feel the same way about Superman. Once they started erasing that man's his weaknesses, what's the point? What is the point, brother? But yeah, for me, Batman for sure is the most overrated character. Superman is my close second, but Batman by far is my most overrated comic book character. I don't know. Fight me if you want to. We'll be at DreamCon.
All right. I think mine, bro. I'm gonna say Mr. Fantastic, bro. Mr. Fantastic, bro. Of course, super smart, super intelligent, and all that. But the application of it, I'm like, first of all, they really shouldn't even have like villains like that. I get outside of Dr. Doom, other people in face. I'm like, bro, you should definitely be able to think of have a plan or contingency so that those issues not happening. But the biggest thing is, bro still got Ben Grimm walking around as a rock. It's like he hadn't figured out how to just undo that joint. Smartest man in the world, people.
Hey, Dr. Doom found out. He figured it out.
Hey, for that. Right. And for that, immediate fraud, bro. Immediate fraud alert.
Fair enough.
Yeah, nah, I'm giving Mr. Fantastic, bro.
All right. What about you, Raph?
Yeah. I would.
All right.
So I like the Superman one because it's like a rock stops you in any form. Doesn't make any sense to me. It's like you run into, you can beat anybody in almost anything, but if someone throws a rock, it's over. So I would go Superman, but I think Deadpool is probably the most overrated just because of how everything happens. Like, how is it that you became invincible by, what is it? They deoxygenated his like his body, and then all of a sudden you're invincible and you can just and your skin gets bubbly and like you become like a cancer, and all of a sudden you just don't die, like no matter what. And on top of that, you regenerate? Yeah. How? It doesn't make any sense. Overrated.
Bro,
and I feel like the only reason he's good at combat is like because he can die that much.
They had to give him his ability. Sleep. Yeah, no, they had to give him the ability to die again, because last time I remember when Deadpool couldn't die, it was when Thanos did the thing where he made it so like he was getting cut super hard by Deadpool, so he made it so like Deadpool can't die, so he can't be with Mistress Death or whatever. And I was like, this is just dumb. This is dumb. Yeah. Which is actually kind of funny. Given this situation, kind of takes me over to a completely different question. I was gonna ask, what are your thoughts on about characters who can't die in anime, comics, whatever? Personally, to me, I think that is the lamest shit in the world. You have no stake. If you cannot die, death is something that everybody fears. Man, beast, doesn't matter. Everybody fears death.
I feel on that there's a way to do it. Like if they can't die, they have to be like perpetually suffering in some type of way. That's the only way to balance the character. It has to be some type of drawback. Yeah, it has to be, to me, there has to be some type of drawback if they're like immortal or something like that. They can't just be immortal, have all these abilities or whatnot, and there's like nothing. You have to be, in order to make a better character, a better written one, I feel like you have to suffer in something where there has to be some type of drawback. Can't think of one right off the top of my head right now, but yeah, to me, that's how you kind of write it a little better.
Yeah, I mean, realistically speaking, take like, I guess like, because most of the time when the question, like, when it comes down to characters who can't die, the main thing that people get at is like, they normally use that in terms of like, they don't take it as like the character himself and their struggles. They normally use it in terms of like combat. When you're doing like versus battles and shit. Yeah. Oh, well, you can't beat the Hulk because the Hulk has like the green door and like he'll die, but the green door lets him come back to life. Or you can't kill Deadpool because technically blah, blah. Or one of the most egregious ones, one of the most egregious ones is Lobo. I love Lobo as a character, bro. But this man, bro, it's like somebody wrote this man. It was just like, I'm just gonna make a guy who is stronger than, is about as strong as Superman. Literally can do pretty much whatever he wants. He's a badass. He rides a bike, a motorcycle. Like somebody went to a dive bar, saw a motorcycle guy, was like, yeah, I'm gonna make a character about this guy. He's just super strong, can't die, can hang with every hero. Yeah. And the only way you can kill him is if somebody of his race can kill him, but then he killed his whole race, so nobody can kill him. And then also, if you do kill him, Death doesn't want him. Satan says we don't want him here, and God doesn't want him. So he really, I'm like, that's so stupid. That is so dumb. You already can't die because you have to be killed by somebody of your race. But if you do die, God and Satan don't want you, so you just won't die. You just can't go. What, bro?
That'll make no sense.
That's a little more egregious. I will say
this is so dumb, bro. And the funny part is niggas will make fun of One Punch Man and Saitama for being weird. Niggas like Lobo exists, bro. This man is just like, what? Superman exists. Hulk exists. They don't want Hulk in hell. They don't want him nowhere. Spawn exists. He can't. Whatever, bro. I ain't gonna. Spawn's a little less than everybody else, but I don't know, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy to me, bro. I hate characters that can't die. I do like what you said though with the suffering. Suffering from outside of a battle standpoint. If they're suffering, it does make it a little bit more digestible. But not being able to die is just the lamest shit to me, bro. It's like
Either make them suffer or they're like eternally. Somebody, they weren't able to kill him, but they internally chained him or have somewhere, but he occasionally. Someone breaks him out occasionally, something like that. That's the only way to kind of balance it. You can't just be out here just not being able to die and battling at all times. So
right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You got anything you want to add on that rap?
No, that one's pretty straightforward. And it's funny because DeAndre and I were talking about how Saitama, like, essentially, like, they have to add more characters into the storyline of One Punch Man because of his ability to just beat somebody with just one punch. It's like, well, how do you like make the anime like better? It's like he's not even the lead like storyline. Like he's not even Saitama's not the main character of One Punch Man. And it's really crazy because he is the like reason the whole show exists. So it's like I don't know if like that is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a good thing. I think you could have made it the Trials of Goro or something, and it would have probably been more accurate because he's going through a lot more.
Right.
So
yes, it's just hard to write. Oh, and by the way, real quick, if anybody just heard Raph say my government name, no, you didn't.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh,
I didn't hear him say anything whatsoever.
Hey, Hey, Jarvis, clip that.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't even hear it, bro.
I did say it. I did say
it.
I didn't even hear that joke. But
hey, that's not making the final cut.
what
but
you gotta do, no, for sure.
no, I'll do that.
I'll definitely give it to you, Raph, because like, bro, you're cooking right there. A lot of times when people don't like One Punch Man, right? A lot of people don't get into One Punch Man or they don't like One. I'm a huge fan of the creator of One Punch Man 1, and he's also the creator of Mob Psycho 100. That man 1, bro. Like a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I don't want to watch One Punch Man because it's just about a guy who can beat everybody in one punch. That's boring." When I hear that lets me know you've never watched One Punch Man. You never read One Punch Man. You never did One Punch Man.
It's not that.
It's never like that, bro. Saitama is the focal point where you can come back to, but the show is more so about the characters surrounding Saitama. Watching Genos, the S-class heroes, the A-class, the B-class heroes, the organizations, even from the monster perspectives, characters like Goro. Bro, they have such an amazing cast in One Punch Man. And it's like it really grinds my gears when people just write off One Punch Man because of the premise. And the worst part about that is I've heard niggas be like, "Man, I love some Batman and some Superman, but you want to watch One Punch Man? Get out of here, brother! Because you've seen the shit that Bruce Wayne is doing, and he shouldn't be able to do half the shit he does. But y'all are cool with that. Y'all have given y'all didn't even watch season 1 of One Punch Man, and you tell him stop it, bro, stop it."
Yeah, because season one is goated. I must say that. Like, I'll tell anybody who's like starting to watch anime, like season one Punch Man, that's a good starter. One to start with.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Y'all want to get into some versus battles?
Yeah, let's go.
I got 2 of them. All right. First one, who would win in the fight? Kaiju number 8 or Eren Yeager?
Kafka would beat the dog shit out of Eren Yeager, bro. Kafka would beat. Oh my god! Season one Kafka could beat the dog shit out of Eren Yeager, bro. How many seasons of it is Kaiju number 8? It's 1 right now, right? Or 2?
We're in the second.
Hold on. I got you. Hang on. Let me fact.
Okay. I'm caught up. I can't remember if I watched 1 season or 2 seasons.
I think we're in the second season right now.
I think they're going into the second season. Yeah, because a lot just happened in season 1.
I want to say we're only in, hold on. It's only 1 season so far. Season 2, no. It was confirmed to air in season. Yeah, no. It's 2 seasons. It's 2 seasons. Right?
2 seasons. Okay.
Because what I'm looking at is like when I watched it, it just all kind of bled together for me. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yes, same for me.
Yeah. Oh no, season 2 is out. Yeah, it came out in September. July to September.
Okay.
July to September last year. Okay. So season 2 came out.
Well, yeah. Either way, caught up.
By the end of season 2, Kafka is blowing Eren out the water pulse, like straight out, bro. I'm like, the power output that Kafka can produce especially when he's like crashing out.
Here's the thing. I want to say Eren, but you just can't because of what Jinzo just said. It's like the Kafka levels up so frequently in Kaiju number 8 that it's like Eren, like we're talking about Eren Yeager, right? You said Eren Yeager, right? Yeah, there's no like
yeah.
Eren's not like getting stronger unless he like eats a Titan.
Talk about.
So even if we're talking about Warhammer abilities, he's still getting cooked.
He's still getting cooked because also you have to think he's still getting cooked because he's not moving as fast as Kafka is. Kafka just moves way faster.
Eren is a pretty big target.
Way faster. Let's not forget that whatsoever. Kafka, bro. Don't get me wrong. Eren moves pretty solid when he's in his like attack Titan form. He moves pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? That's probably his best movement based Titan because whatever. But Kafka, bro. Kafka's moving like a man, bro, but just like a man unhinged. You're talking about like a superhero. Kafka's
like a superhuman.
Kafka can get up to Eren's head, punch that shit clean off. I'm talking smooth off, bro. Line that man up with an uppercut Crazy work, bro. And it's like, and the crazy part about it is because like we know that I think what the biggest Titan is like what the Colossal Titan, or is it like the
Colossal Titan, then probably the Beast Titan.
Okay, Colossal Beast. No, because isn't Eren's like the main Titan, the Founder Titan with the bones and junk hanging out?
Oh, you talking about like the bones on it? Oh, well, that one is obviously
that's like
pretty
the big,
huge.
Right?
It's kind of weird to say because his just kind of goes horizontally, so I don't.
He's bigger by like
in a way,
scale,
it's definitely
but like
technically
by like
bigger.
body for real. He's bigger just in scale because this nigga's like a skeleton.
Yeah.
Right.
Regardless, Kafka would punch this nigga's head clean off his spinal column, and it's like there's really nothing Eren could do to stop Kafka for real, bro. Because once, especially if Kafka started going unhinged, if he gave into in season 2, you saw when he was like giving into the Kaiju when he was fighting the old girl's dad, like the top #1 general dude. If bro just let loose, bro, Eren smoking that man. Because bro was fighting in a way where like he would let himself get hit, and then he knew he would regenerate in a way where he could swing and attack immediately. Eren ain't got no stretch for that. He was getting cooked by niggas on wires with knives, bro. Wires and blades. You're not beating Stop it, bro. Cut it.
We also have to realize like the types of anime, like the anime world exists differently for Eren and Kafka. Like you gotta think with Attack on Titan, they have like real gravity. Like they're gonna actually fall. There's nobody that's really flying like through the air at top speed or something like that. Like there's no like real outside of the Titans, nothing's fantasy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
they got real physics.
Using World War II technology.
Right, real physics in that world, exactly.
Yeah, bro. Eren getting clapped up. Lapped up, brother.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I got another one. Another versus. All right. Frieren versus Doctor Strange. Who's winning that battle?
Doctor Strange.
Strange.
Next question. I like Frieren, bro. I love Frieren.
I love her.
Funny enough,
I love her, but
I know so much yet so little about Frieren. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I've never actually watched the anime Frieren. I know that's crazy for me. That's crazy for me. I've never watched Frieren, bro.
Oh, sorry, I thought you started it. My fault.
never seen Frieren. But I know a lot about Frieren just because of the people who I've watched. You know, YouTube just love spoiling everything. I know a lot about Frieren. I'm actually gonna just go sit down and just watch the anime because why not, bro? But Doctor Strange
definitely
is on a level, bro. Frieren ain't seeing Dormammu. Dormammu would beat the dog. Dormammu would have Frieren hanged up by her drawers, bro. There's no way. Like Doctor Strange done fucked like Dormammu, like straight up, bro. Like I mean, bro, he's not really winning that fight. I mean, in some iterations, probably, but nah, bro. Strange is on just a weird level. When it comes down to like, this is one of those moments where, even though I don't believe this all the time, but in some instances, comics will beat anime, just handedly, bro. Because like it's been around long.
Would you say if we said Frieren versus MCU Doctor Strange, does that change your answer?
MCU Doctor Strange does have
personally,
he has dimensional travel, bro. Does Frieren have dimensional travel?
That's the thing. It's the dimensional travel part that really makes the difference.
If Doctor Strange popped her soul out her body, can she get it back? MCU Strange.
It's hard to say, and the reason I say it's hard to say, the reason I say it's hard to say because Frieren, she's lived a lot longer. She has so many different spells that we don't really know what all she can do, but we know that she's been living like thousands of years. And that's why I'm giving it personally to Frieren, because I think she just might have something in her bag that is that could just
wait a minute. Because
decimate Doctor Strange.
Experience does mean a lot, and experience means a lot in battle. But even MCU Doctor Strange has seen timelines where he's seen multiple outcomes. Bro has lived multiple experiences in one instance, bro. Bro was sitting here fucking tweaking the fuck out mid-battle. So bro has experience. Clearly not like you say, like I said, Frieren, like she's lived a long life. I think she's like an elf or whatever, so she lived a long life. But
Yeah.
what does it matter if a nigga can literally like put his hand on you and knock your soul out? You saw what he did as Spider-Man, knocked his consciousness, clean out his body. The only way Spider-Man was able to still like manage is because his body was going off the spider sense instinct, and he was able to still like dodge around this man. Frieren doesn't have that.
Yeah.
If bro knocks her spirit out, what's she finna do? She's cooked. So yeah, even MCU Doctor Strange is a problem, bro.
Allegedly. what you think, bro?
So, DeAndre, you said something that reminded me of a conversation we had. DJ.
Hey, Jones, can you clip that?
I'm gonna start it again. DJ. This reminds me of a conversation. This reminds me of a conversation we had a really long time ago when I was trying to tell you that Superman would beat Batman, right? And you had said the same thing where you were like, the same thing that you said with Frieren, where you're like, she'll just probably figure it out, or she probably has a spell or something that we just don't know about yet, or she's like so smart that she'll just like do, and we can't really even base it off of that. We have to base it off of what we know. What we know is that Doctor Strange can put her in some dimensions, and we don't know if she can get out and do dimensional travel. So that's why, and here's the thing, I want Frieren to be the answer, but I just don't know what she's capable of. I know what Doctor Strange is capable of.
Bro. Let me go watch Frieren until the anime ends, and then let me go read Frieren. Like if I watch an anime and it doesn't stop, I'll go and I'll just start reading the manga. Let me go finish Frieren out, and then I'll let you know. Because as far as I know right now, she has nothing that's stopping like the soul being punched clean out your body. She's cooked at that point. So yeah, I think Strange got it, bro.
She's super crafty.
Yeah.
Okay, she's crafty.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't even know that.
Like I said, like I said, I'm gonna give it to Frieren, just on more so faith, more so that I feel like she can kind of pull it off with some of the things we've seen and her defensive capabilities. That was one of the big things she was teaching. I think what was her name? Basically her apprentice. I forgot her name.
Yeah.
But and she kind of used like old magic. So I'm gonna give it to her. But y'all do make valid points about the dimensional and the soul thing. It's no guarantee that she can like get out of that. Do I believe she can? Yes. No guarantee. No guarantee though. So I'm with y'all there. I'm with you on that one. Okay. Not bad. Let me ask you this. Since you just mentioned Batman, let me ask y'all this. Which we kind of did some similar with some other different heroes, but if Batman was in My Hero Academia, where would he rank, if at all?
He would be a vigilante. He wouldn't even be a hero. He'd be a vigilante. He would not have no hero. He wouldn't rank. He'd be a vigilante. That's what he is in his own verse. He's a vigilante in his own verse.
Okay.
Like, bro, that man he'd be no different than Knuckle Duster, nigga. He'd be no different than Knuckle Duster. just out here beating up on niggas unnecessarily, bro. Hands down. Bro would be out here.
Okay.
Because, like, clearly we know that bro likes to, in some iterations, Batman will work with the police or whatever. And that's just because the police, they don't even have a superhero conduct in Gotham, bro. You're just everybody's a vigilante. There is no actual superheroes in Gotham. So
yeah, it's a circus.
And Batman, Batman does not care about being a super. He doesn't want the title of superhero. He's not super. So he doesn't like the title of being a superhero. If he was in Marvel, he would not go with the Sokovia Accords because he likes to work alone and do his own thing. He doesn't want nobody over him. So yeah, he'd just be a vigilante. He wouldn't even rank. He'd be out there with Koichi. And Knuckle Duster and Pop Step, bro.
Raph, do you agree, or you feel like he'll be ranked?
He would either be a vigilante or he'd be that girl that works on developing gadgets for the heroes, because that's what Batman does so well. It's just putting gadgets together on how to beat other people. So I don't even know if like he gets out there for real. He's gonna be low ranked, or he gets out there, or he's like making gadgets. That's pretty much all I'm seeing for him.
It's funny. Normally,
what about you, D?
Normally I don't disagree with, like, I always love that we all have varying opinions. I don't even think Batman is such a stuck-up nigga, bro. He will not put himself in the way of like, oh, I'm just making gadgets. This man wants to be on the streets, bro. He has problems. He's a mental health patient, bro. He wants to be out there fighting crime. He feels like nobody's more qualified than him. He done wasted billions of dollars on detective school and martial arts all over the planet. And all this. Bro's gonna want to be on the field. He's not gonna be out here. Bro, in certain iterations, Batman doesn't even make his own gadgets. He gets them from somebody else. He ain't making shit. He's not making nothing.
From Lucius.
That man's not making a damn thing.
His thing,
that nigga is stuck up, bro.
I think with Batman,
he's just as mental as the Joker.
I think Batman for his character.
Rinse his own.
Pardon the interruption for some of our listeners, depending on how I cut this. But yeah, but what I was saying about Batman though is he may have, because of the society then, how a lot of people just didn't like some of them being like pompous about being a hero. He may actually be getting like very well liked and probably even like respected by somebody like Stain, because he's not trying to, do the association thing. He's just kind of technically being a hero. Now, if you want to be, get into nitty gritty, I know some people say, well, it's not Gotham, so he probably wouldn't exist. That's not the scenario here. We're saying if he did exist. But yeah, I can see him be a vigilante if he doesn't want to really be a part of the hero association situation. But I feel like a lot of people would actually like him as like an opposition to the hero kind of society situation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I kind of see that playing out. Yeah. Okay.
All righty.
Well, with that being said, if we can just stay in DC Comics, let me hit y'all with this question. Would you rather get $1 million every year or Superman powers 1 week every year?
$1 million every year or Superman's powers
for 1 week every year.
Okay, let me get Superman's powers 1 week for every year. I'm gonna go on the craziest crime spree. They're gonna call me the 1 week bandit. The way I show up and decimate every bank, they're gonna try to prep for me every year, and they won't know my weakness is kryptonite, because the way I just shoot into the bank vault, punch the door open, take that shit and shoot out before they even know. Brother, I'll be straight, brother. And honestly, I know how to live. I know how to live within my means, bro. Understand? I can live within my means. I ain't got to I'm not gonna be out here getting like a big old house or no shit. I will rob this shit for a week straight, rack up at least like $100 million, bro. And the rest of the year is gonna be smooth.
You're underestimating the facial recognition technology of United States government. Hey, after that week, bro, that's gonna be the last week you live, bro.
Right? The funny part about that is we have some fantastic technology nowadays. It's called a shiesty, right? I put it on my face, you don't even know who I am. I run in that thing, I'm gone. I run in that bitch, boom, 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 100 mil, I'm out. Hey, look. I spend the next 6 days. I spend the first day robbing banks at damn near light speed, because Superman's just crazy busted fast. I end up running robbing banks light speed, right? I spend the next 6 days probably getting into like, I don't know, let me join a UFC circuit. Let me go underground, do a couple fights, watch some niggas break their hands over my face. I beat them up. I spend that 1 week heavily focused on profit. And then I go home for a whole year. I come back next year. Hey, it's me again, the same guy who came out here, made all this money doing random shit, robbing banks. They don't know it's me that's robbing banks, by the way. But for the other 6 days, when I'm just doing underground shit or hitman work, whatever I really want to do, I'm getting money. I do that shit for 1 week, and then all I gotta do is just break up the week so they don't know. Actually, first year, I'll do it like, let's say, it's January. I'll do it this week in January. Next year, I'll do the same week in January. They think that I'm going to do the same thing the third year. I switch it up to like March. I don't know. Just so they don't have a nigga. Just so they don't know they have a nigga. I switch my dance to March.
All know you about to live 1 week in lavishness and 51 weeks in terror and hiding.
If I rob the bank, the way I'm living now, I can afford where I'm living perfectly. You see what I'm saying? On $100 million, I just pay my rent regular like a regular guy. Nothing changes. Okay. Nobody's coming after me. I live regularly. It's fine. For the rest of the year, bro, I have so much money. As long as I don't spend it like blow fucking like 2 G's or 100 G's, I'm straight.
Yeah.
I live within my means. I'm cool.
He's forgetting how difficult it is to stash money. Stashing money is difficult. Think about the problems that Pablo Escobar was having in Narcos. This man was constantly finding his money with mold on it, plastic wrapped, put in the ground, all this stuff. You would have a very difficult time stashing that money.
You're also not gonna be the government. It's gonna be like it's like somebody who's been winning the wing. It's like, oh yeah, his powers are gone.
Hey, I promise you, nobody's gonna be waiting for me. And in terms of stashing money, understand I'm Superman, brother. If I want to, I can keep 30 bands right here and fly the rest of the money to the moon. Punch a hole in the moon and leave that bitch there. Who gonna check me? Who's gonna check me? Nobody. And then
back
the
to
next
the
year,
overpowered.
I'll fly back up to the moon and go get another couple of racks. Nobody can check me. I'm fine. I'm moving in ways that niggas don't even. Nobody's expecting me to go drop 100 mil, or I'm sorry, 90 mil on the moon and bury that bitch. It'll be just fine. I'll come back, it'll still be there. And I'll get it, I'll take another mil off the top, come back. Brother, I'm
I
fine.
don't know, man.
And then I'll do
This
it all
one,
over. Nobody
and
can
usually
stop me.
it's funny. Usually I'm on the other side. I'm usually like, nah, I'm going for the fantastical one. But for this one, hey, just give me the money, because them 51 weeks, bro. I know me. Like them 51 weeks. I'm like, someone knows. I can't prove it, but someone knows, bro. And like, I'm gonna be vulnerable. Like, nah, just go ahead and give me the money,
bro. That makes you your own enemy, bro. I'm not worried about it.
And that situation,
Superman for a week. I put a shiesty on and I ran around. I put a shiesty on. I can go get a Party City costume dressed like Art the Clown from what's that movie that Art the Clown's from, bro? The Terrifier series, and run in the bank, murk that, get everything I need, run out. They're looking for what? A 6'4" Art the Clown with a shiesty?
No, you're gonna mess up. You're gonna mess up. You flying Mach 2 and the shiesty comes off. Like, that's the guy.
Y'all tweaking. Y'all tweaking, bro. Y'all tweaking. It ain't nothing. It ain't, bro. The fact that you think a shiesty's gonna come off, you ain't never put a shiesty on in your life. That junk ain't coming off, bro.
You ain't never moved at the light of speed or the speed of light.
A shiesty don't come off. A shiesty is like a shiesty when it comes to putting it on your face. It's like putting iron bars on a building, bro. It's not coming off unless you want it off. You put that shiesty on, I can go at Mach 5, that shiesty staying on.
Nah, it is very
Hey, go put on the shiesty and see what you can do with it. Go put on a shiesty. You'll understand. The moment you feel that junk like tuck around your neck, you know that shit ain't coming off no matter what you do. Goku could have fought perfect. Goku could have fought Kid Buu, bro. And with a shiesty, that shit would have never came off, even with Super Saiyan 3 activated. That shit ain't coming off.
No, we're gonna title this segment "Power of a Shiesty," bro.
Yeah. Hey, power scale of shiesty for me, bro. Power scale of shiesty.
Yeah. Hey, can a shiesty tank a Kamehameha? But oh, Doug. So Raph, you taking the money or you taking the power?
I'm going money. I like there's just a security with it where the powers for 1 week, I just don't see it as that helpful to me. Like, because here's the thing. I'm like you, DeAndre. I'm going to get paranoid for the 51 weeks afterwards. I'm going to be like,
hey, Jarvis, can you clip that?
Oh, not again. This is not normal.
Hey, well, I'll tell you, this might be the most edited episode. Hey. Oh, Joe.
My bad.
Oh, God. Honestly, hey, for an intro episode, honestly, hey, you're kind of mucking it.
Hey, here's the thing. I'll give you voice. You want. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna give you voiceovers. I'm gonna just say DJ. I'm gonna send you voice memos saying DJ, so that you could just voice that over your
yeah. How to edit. Yeah. Hey, look. Hey, this man showed up late and then dropped my government name 3 times.
4 times.
That's the thing.
Oh, Chuck.
Hey, look, I'll give it a Raph. Look, I give it a Raph. He's always said Jinzo every time.
That's the thing.
Hey, look, the much harder name.
That's the crazy thing. I could easily just say DJ.
Oh man. He's like, hey, DJ, and then we have Jinzo Sama Koryasaki. It's like, hey man, it's just DJ.
Monkey D. Jinzo Kurosaki Uzumaki.
Oh, Chuck.
Oh man. All right.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Chuck.
Oh,
All
that
right,
was good.
my fault. So,
Oh, that's
I'm
funny.
taking the money.
I'm taking the money, DJ. DJ, I'm taking the money every
DJ.
time. I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid just like
Hey,
you,
sounds
DJ,
better.
man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
Y'all
safe
niggas,
haven, bro.
the fact that y'all scared to take the money is crazy, bro. Y'all scared. Don't let your fear stop you from having more than $1 million, bro. You can get $2 million with the powers. If you're scared, go get $2 million with the powers and don't do nothing for the rest of the week, bro. You're done. You can just go rob $2 million and then come back and you're fine. The bank has insurance on the money. Y'all tweaking.
Or
After you do
here's the
shit,
thing,
bro, they're gonna have every scientist on the planet trying to find out what happened. They're gonna triangulate, bro.
Here's
The
what
same
I
way
might
they do
do.
like a lot of like speed.
Never get
They're gonna triangulate the speed. Like you gotta, because you can't just go back home with that speed. Like you
Brother,
gotta,
listen to me. Unless Lex Luthor himself exists in this world, and he doesn't, by the way. Closest thing we got is Jeff Bezos. We're not getting anywhere with that, brother. I understand. I know how to cover my tracks. I'm not finna like fly out to a bank, rob it, and then drop in my driveway with $2 million. I can literally go, like I said, take the $2 million, come back, or put like drop somewhere in the woods, anything, bro. I just drop in the woods, boom, and walk out. Come back home, bro. And then I'm sorry, I'm Superman. I got crazy stamina. I can walk here to Wisconsin if I wanted to.
I hear you. But the surveillance technology is crazy today.
Surveillance technology, brother. If Superman can race the Flash, bro, surveillance technology is not hitting on nothing to me, brother. Do you understand? Do you understand the speed I'm running at? The worst thing I got to worry about is the money burning up while I'm speeding so fast. That's it.
Fair enough.
Fine. You're playing it too close to the chest, brother. I'm telling you.
Fair enough. All right, let's go to the next topic. Let me ask y'all this. All right, so Sukuna, Muzan, Miram from Hunter x Hunter, and All for One walk in a room. Who walks out the leader?
There's not gonna be a leader. These niggas are all terrible. They all have egos the size of I don't know, Jupiter. Nobody's gonna.
They're walking out individually.
What it comes to is who leaves alive. Go. I'll let Raph start it off, bro. Go ahead, bro. You start off.
So ask the question one more time for me.
Oh, no problem. Sukuna, Muzan, All for One, and Miram walk in a room. Who's walking out the leader? And the answer is Miram, but go ahead.
Yeah, I don't see. Here's the thing: is this Muzan with like his people with him?
Nah, just them. They walking in by themselves.
It's just them. Yeah. Nah, you might be right, DeAndre. I don't see it going any other way.
Hey, John, can you clip that?
Again? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not. Okay. All right. Okay. Hey, your editing your editing's gonna be insane.
Oh, Chuck.
I just made this the most difficult edit for you ever.
It's gonna be the hardest editing session for this man in his life, bro. In his life, man.
This edit's coming out next month.
We ain't finna get a single clip out this week, bro. Oh my goodness. Ay, coño. Ay, coño.
So, yeah,
let's
like
just
that.
pose the question again.
Go
My
ahead with
bad.
your point, over.
We just gonna reclip this. We just gonna redo this question. Let's just do it again.
So Sukuna moves on off one and Miriam walking in the room. Who walks out the leader? To me, my vote is Miriam.
I'm going Miriam, DJ. I'm not gonna lie, cause
okay.
Just like what we were saying in our earlier conversation, his abilities he's pretty much immortal, pretty much. It's like very hard to defeat him, and I don't know if there's anybody in that group that has what it takes to do so. I don't think anybody does.
Okay. Jizzo, what's your answer?
It comes down to All For One versus Miriam. Muzan and Sukuna are not really doing much. It really honestly depends on, like, I actually made a video on my YouTube channel recently. It depends on if Miriam's strong enough to tank slashes, because that's all Muzan and Sukuna are good at, is cutting niggas up. If Miriam could tank that, which I believe he can, because it took a damn nuclear bomb to stop this man, and a nuclear bomb would eradicate Muzan on the spot, and it would also more than likely eradicate Sukuna. And honestly, I don't know. We got to know, can a nuclear bomb take All For One? I don't know. Probably. I mean, bro got his face punched clean the hell off by All Might. So I assume a nuclear bomb could probably take out All For One. But All For One has such a crazy kit of quirks. But Miriam is much smarter than All For One. So I'd probably say Miriam as well. Miriam is just smarter than all three of these niggas combined, realistically speaking. That supercomputer instantaneous learning thing, crazy. And if it was, especially if it was post nuke Miriam, he's cleaning up, bro. He's literally just unstoppable. Bro learns everything. He can just digest you, learn your abilities. Yeah, bro. Miriam to me, Miriam in the long run, for sure.
I think so too.
The final battle would definitely be a war of attrition, but I got Miriam coming out of the top.
And with that one, I'm not even talking about, like, for the topic, like, necessarily if it comes to blows fighting, it's just that they're all coming into the room, like, say, just having a discussion or something like that. Now they say somebody probably will end up fighting, probably obviously most likely scenario, but I was just going off of kind of that too. A little bit of strength, but also just his ability to kind of, the way he maneuvers conversations, pretty much, versus how the other ones maneuver conversations. He's just kind of like a master at it, because he kind of puts you in a position to where you really don't have an answer, except, all right, well, I guess let's just fight about it then, which is kind of what Nedro was saying. I was like, you kind of making sense. You kind of cooking right now, but I kind of got to exterminate you too. So yeah. I'm with y'all there. Okay, not bad. Let me ask y'all this. And we got a couple more topics. Let's try to just get through those. What's the best first episode in an anime? And Raph, I will let you go first for this one. Dang, I feel like you're gonna take mine though, but we'll still let you go first though.
Man, best first episode.
Now, if you want me to go first, I will. But
I want you to go first, DeAndre. I mean, DJ. I want you to go first, DJ.
Okay. I'm going Attack on Titan.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You get right into it.
That's what I was gonna say.
No duplicates. You gotta think of something else now. But no, the first episode gets you right into it. And I tell everybody who's thinking about getting into Attack on Titan, if you don't like the first episode, go ahead and drop it, because you're probably not just gonna like the rest. Even though there's a lot more other things other than that, but you're just probably not gonna enjoy it if you don't like the first episode. But it just comes out with a banger. And it's like mature. You know, some people look at anime as just, they're thinking, oh, kind of this, cartoony and stuff like that. But yeah, Attack on Titan gets right into it, even though they have some slow parts. So for me, it's Attack on Titan.
All right.
Yeah,
I got that. You want me to? Well, I mean, Raph clearly has come up with another one since you took Attack on Titan. We don't do dupes around here, brother. We don't do duplicates around here.
I will go One Punch Man as a good opening.
Okay.
I'm gonna go One Punch Man as a good opening because you immediately get thrown into that world. You get the comedy aspect of it. You understand like you're understanding why, like you pretty much get the whole show, or at least the whole first season up front. You're like, okay, he's gonna beat them with one punch. And you're seeing the extreme, like how extreme it is. You're getting a really like good storyline with the two brothers, all in one episode. So I'm gonna go One Punch Man.
Okay, that's fair. Jizzo, what you got?
Bang. You know what? Funny enough, I'm gonna go with something new. Because there's a lot of good anime out there that definitely caught my attention off of like a first episode basis. But let me go with something brand new. Sentenced to Be a Hero. Bro, it's that shit is so good. The first episode is an hour long, by the way.
Yeah, I did see that. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but
brother, let me say, do yourself a favor. Go watch Sentenced to Be a Hero. That thing was gas, brother. I'm talking about it was her animation, crazy work, right? It's the story solid, the main character, like it. The supporting cast, also good. Sentenced to Be a Hero by far, I will say in a long time, it is a solid anime that like its first episode just does it for me. I am completely invested. I know the second episode is already out. Can't wait to watch that. I'll probably do that tonight when I'm chilling eating some dinner. Sentenced to Be a Hero by far. Yeah, that first episode, bro, so good. Definitely give yourself like make some time, go watch it. Bro.
Yeah, it's on my list too. Okay, noted.
Yes,
all right, let me ask you this. I should have changed this one, but you know what? Let's just run it. Whose death hit harder, Rengoku's or Nanami's?
Remind me of Nanami's death. I'm sorry.
So Nanami was fighting Mahito. He was fighting Mahito. And basically, Yuji was on the way to help, but he was on the way because he felt Nanami. So he was on the way to help Nanami. But by the time Yuji got to him, Nanami was already pretty in bad shape. And then Mahito touched Nanami. He basically ran up and touched Mahito. Not Mahito. Mahito touched Nanami and basically just like exploded him. Instead of turning him into like a curse, he just our transfigured human. He just blew him up. Yeah. So if I had to be real, because I saw Rengoku's death in theaters and Nanami's death in my house.
Okay.
Even with Rengoku having the theater buff, I knew he was gonna lose. I knew he was gonna die. I did not see Nanami going. I did not see Nanami dying whatsoever, bro. Whatsoever. I was like, okay, Yuji's gonna show up. They're gonna basically do Mahito like they did the first time, jump the hell out of this man, and this might be the end of Mahito. That was not the case. Even when Yuji was just on the top of that building screaming out Nanami, when he was like trying to find Nanami and stuff. I don't know. For me, it just Nanami dying hit harder. Rengoku, and it's also maybe the fact that Rengoku has become a meme. This whole donut meme thing, because that happens to anybody who gets a hole punch through him, Ace from One Piece, which is super insensitive, by the way, but I still get the joke. It's kind of funny. I think it's hella overused, probably one of the most overused jokes in anime, which we'll talk about that in another podcast. I definitely want to talk about some of the most overused jokes in anime, overused meme. But yeah, Nanami hit different, bro. Nobody made a joke when Nanami got touched and turned into a damn hot pocket that's been in the microwave for 10 minutes. And like, you know what I'm saying? Bro got decimated. And it definitely hit because I was like, bruh, Yuji, even this is the way Yuji took it. Like, because when Rengoku died and Akaza, my bad. When Rengoku died and Akaza, ran into the woods and stuff, and then Tanjiro was like screaming at him and stuff. I felt that. I felt the hurt in Tanjiro's voice. Because he's like, we're like, Rengoku's not a coward. You're a coward because you ran like a pussy into the woods, nigga. Like blah blah blah. And he was just, really getting on that man. That was one thing. But when Yuji saw, Nanami get killed, brother, oh my god. Yuji locked in, bro. And it also ended with Yuji getting his get back way sooner. Because you remember, bro ended up walking down Mahito and putting the fear of God in Mahito. So there's also that. So yeah, I'd say Nanami. Nanami hit harder for me, for sure.
Okay. All right, Raph, what you think?
DJ, I would say that it's probably Rengoku for me. And it's not because of his, like, when the hole got punched through him. It's not because of that. It's because of his monologue after he was already on that path of dying. When he gets into like the whole set your heart ablaze part, that's where it like hits the hardest. It's like that's when you start getting emotional. You're like, oh man, like I didn't even know that niggas were this sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole thing with Rengoku for me, because it's the sentiment behind his death, less about like the actual surprise of him dying. Because we knew when we saw Upper 3, it was over. We knew right then and there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah. Okay. I'm actually gonna say Nanami. Obviously, a little biased, of course, one of my favorite characters is JJK. But I'm gonna say him because at the end of the day, he really didn't want to like do this job like that. It was just a less suckier job than the one he had, and he just happened to be kind of decent at his job, and he was still doing it to protect people, and he was still protecting people and protecting the other sorcerers this whole time, and he really just wanted to live a simple life. So again, body like that, literally blown up. It's kind of sad he kind of went out that way, given the fact that it's not even the thing that he kind of was just 100% wanting to do, really. It was just a less suckier thing. So that's what I'm gonna give it to. I give it to Nami. But he fought to the end, so that's all that matters. Both of them fought to the end, but yeah. All right. Okay. And sticking with the anime topic, let me ask y'all this. So imagine instead of Jin Woo in that episode with, the first episode with the Statue of God, imagine it's Zenitsu instead from Demon Slayer. If it's Zenitsu instead of Jin Woo, is he coming out of there or is he dying?
If he passes out, he's coming out.
Okay. Is he passing out?
Honestly, he's passing out. The moment he sees everybody dying, he's passing out.
Okay.
The moment he sees everybody get murked, people who cared about him, the moment he sees them get murked. Well, also, you got to remember, Zenitsu locked in the moment he found out his Gramps got the foot. You know what I'm saying?
Now, this is before this. I meant to say that, like, Zenitsu, beginning of series. Zenitsu.
Right. But think about it.
Just kind of made both of them beginning.
I think Zenitsu would have locked in regardless if he knew Gramps got murked. Early on, he would have locked in completely. So it really depends how much, because like all these people kind of played a little bit of, like, Sun Jin-woo was familiar with all these people that were getting murked. He was like familiar with them because he went on missions with them before. So there's a chance that Zenitsu would have locked in after seeing them get murked, because, like I said, it only took his Gramps getting murked for him to lock in. So there's a chance he probably would have locked in. But if he didn't, he probably would have passed out and then went into his unconscious state once they started, like, once that happened. Ultimately, he's still going to get murked regardless. It didn't really matter. Sun Jin-woo was in an unwinnable predicament.
Situation.
Yeah. But if he, honestly, he's best off just either locking in or passing out. If he stays conscious, Zenitsu's cooked, bro, all the way through. Man, garbage.
Okay.
Right.
Do you Raph, what do you think?
I have to agree with Genzo mainly because once he passes, here's the thing: once someone's like legs get chopped off, he's passing out off of off of the anxiety. So, and then once he passes out, you already know what it is. He's gonna, if he has to do 7th form a million times, he's gonna do it a million times, and it's gonna eventually. Like you said, it's an unwinnable situation, but the locking in is everything. Like that thunder speed is everything. So I'm gonna have to go with that.
Yeah. I think the troublesome part is obviously, this would probably happen before, but him figuring out that you can't like look into its, don't look at his eyes, or he go into those certain statues. If he's conscious and trying to figure that out, I don't know if he's doing that due to his state of mind. So he would have to literally pass out in like bliss, which is probably likely due to, those first couple people just getting mollywopped like off the planet permanently. Yeah. I agree with you on that part. Just if he's conscious and trying to figure it out, I don't think he's gonna be able to figure it out. So it would just be a matter of what he can do with like the thunderclap. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the last one I had is actually not anime or superhero related. It's more so movie related. But would you rather have to go on a mission with Daniel Craig's James Bond or John Wick?
I don't know, bro. Because on one hand, you want to go, Raph?
Yeah, I'll say this. Do I want to have fun during the mission, or do I want to complete the mission as soon as possible?
Well, you want to complete the mission.
So if I want to, here's the thing. I know if I'm with Daniel Craig's James Bond, we're gonna have our own little side quests. We're gonna be drinking. We're gonna be drinking at the bar, like meet some random dude. We're gonna have like the Dos Equis, like most interesting man in the world type of experiences with Daniel Craig's James Bond. But with John Wick, I know that we're gonna go home at night, and and there's nothing's gonna stop that from happening because he's so focused, he's so laser focused. Like no woman's gonna distract him. Like we're gonna get the job done. Period. So I'm gonna go for the fun. I'm gonna go Daniel Craig James Bond.
Okay. I'm going John Wick, and here's why. I know there's a lot of killing, a lot of bullets flying involved, a lot of swords flying involved, but when I think about when Daniel Craig's James Bond, the scope of that mission is probably gonna be like, hey, we have to stop this disease from this villain spreading this disease into the entire planet for some weird reason because they're the only one who has this disease, some weird reason like that. The scope completely different. So it's like if you fail that, it's like the whole country is about to get evaporated. But with John Wick, it's gonna be intense. It's gonna be kind of pretty crazy, but the scale, and also with both, you can potentially die, but the scale with John Wick, I'm going with that one because if anything happens, like say if we fail, right? Say if we die, the most that's going to happen is that they're just going to find like another assassin or somebody else to do the job or take out somebody. With like 007, it's like, hey bro, you kind of the last option. so like if you fail, it's wraps. So that's I'm going John Wick personally. So, but what you think, Genzo?
All right, here's how I see it, bro. It's a little rough because with John Wick barely be hanging in there by himself, bro. I'll never forget that scene when he got hit by a car and he had to shoot niggas in the middle of the street. That man was barely hanging on, bro. I stand no chance in a circumstance like that. Now, on the other hand, James Bond, bro, was strapped to a chair and got his nuts abused by a rope with a knot on it.
Oh yeah.
So hey, I also don't want to be on that either. So that was Daniel Craig, right?
Yeah. I think
They
might have been like the first one too.
Sack abused by a Russian man and with a rope. Both are terrible, complete. But I honestly feel that James Bond is better at protecting people than John Wick, bro. Because John Wick can barely protect himself. Okay. He can barely protect himself, bro. I was like, I've seen him in too many, like when he was in the club and he was fighting
Scott Adkins.
Scott Adkins. We was fighting Scott Adkins.
Yeah.
Was barely bro. John Wick gets in situations where he's barely hanging on. He cannot. I don't want to be with that man whatsoever. I can't deal with that, bro. There's too much random stuff going on. James Bond, bro, has gadgets at least. John Wick be doing this with 2 pistols and a bulletproof suit. Do I get a bulletproof suit? Can I also get a bulletproof suit? Or am I wearing what I'm wearing right now? Absolutely not. Put me with James Bond. You know what I'm saying? Put me with James Bond, bro. Like I think he's better at protecting people, mainly women, but hopefully he just has a sweet spot for me and he'll keep me alive. John Wick cannot protect himself. He can't even protect his dog. How you gonna protect me?
There's a lot more bullets flying with John Wick.
Way more.
There's a way more bullets flying with John Wick.
John Wick getting shot by 30 guys with Mac 11s and M16s, bro. Absolutely not. Put me with James Bond, bro. I'd rather be in the chair getting my nuts smashed up with a rope than just get outright obliterated by 100 bullets and 40 guys. Terrible outcome.
Fair enough.
Outcome.
Oh man. Okay. All right, Jinzo. Last topic on you.
Last topic on me. Who is the best and the worst Hokage?
Best Hokage?
The best Hokage and the worst Hokage in your opinion.
Are we taking into consideration like the times of?
It's whatever you deem. Hey, listen. You deem, you make your case for. Make your case for whatever you deem.
Best Hokage. Easy answer would be first. I'm leaning first. I would give it to Tsunade. I want to give it to Tsunade, but I gotta give it to first. I'll put it like that.
Hashirama.
Again, it's the first Hokage.
Okay.
Yeah. Hashirama is the best. The worst. I'm probably gonna give it to. I gotta give it to the third. Yeah, I gotta give it to the third. I know he's easy to hate on for obvious reasons, and yeah, I'm gonna hate on some more too. So third Hokage. Just a lot of things that went down that was kind of preventable. Yeah, that's all. I'm giving it to him. Fourth, it's just not enough time to really assess. Kakashi, he really kind of got it pretty cushy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, super easy.
Yeah. So you can't really say best or worst. He just had it cushy. Naruto, yet to be said. I mean, things going on, but he's kind of super strong. So he can kind of take care of it. I don't know where I would kind of put him for his ranking, but I know for his first and last, those are my choices, first and last, though, for sure.
Okay. Right?
But who you got, Jinzo?
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah.
Here's how I see it, man. If anything, Naruto, while he had moments of peace, this man as a Hokage, bro, while he was Hokage, brother, Android, everything that's going on in Boruto is under his watch, bro. This man is sealed away in a box in another dimension. This man was getting attacked by androids on the daily. Absolutely not, bro. Naruto, I mean, like I said, if we're going based on who had it rough and who was able to handle it the best, Hashirama every time. Hashirama was out here capturing tail beats like Pokemon. Bro was out here handling business. So I honestly, arguably, I would always say that Hashirama is the best Hokage because even when met with the threat that was in his era, he handled it to the best of his ability, and he handled it pretty well. remember, he died to I think he died to old age or something like that. I think he died to old age or a sickness, one of the two. Regardless, it wasn't a guy, so it doesn't matter. Meanwhile, you got the second Hokage, died by a dude. Third Hokage, died by a dude. Fourth Hokage, died by a dude and a beast. Fifth Hokage, she made it off because luckily Naruto was alive in her era, so she made it off. Kakashi got off easy as well. He probably had the easiest stint as a Hokage. And Naruto is currently in a box in another dimension. So he couldn't handle what was in his era. Not my fault. Hey, blame Kishimoto. So like I said, best definitely is the first. Worst, I ain't gonna lie, worst probably has to be I ain't gonna lie, it's between the second Hokage and Tsunade, bro. Because Tsunade could not handle what was going on in her situation. If I remember correctly, was she not the Hokage when Pain attacked? She couldn't even protect the village.
I think she was.
Pack her up. She couldn't protect the village. She couldn't do anything, bro. It's between her. I think it's Tsunade, bro. Worst Hokage Tsunade. It might be a hot take. I don't care.
Really? Interesting.
When have you ever seen her save the village? When have you ever seen her save the village? I think every single person that saved the village at least once. She has not saved the village, never.
I get it, but
Worst Hokage. She had a team up with
I get it. Her
other Kages and still lost the Madara.
Her circumstances were pretty crazy, though.
I don't care about circumstances. I don't care about circumstances. Hashirama literally captured all 9 tail beasts.
But Hashirama, well, okay, but the thing is, Hashirama.
And the Uchihas were warring with the
Hashirama is Hashirama. Yeah, Hashirama is Hashirama, though. It's like you can't kind of compare them to.
Yes,
Hashirama, also like Naruto, reincarnation of a god. And literally like the king of jutsu. I mean,
bro, you have to compare everybody to their circumstance. Of course, if Tsunade had to fight what Naruto was fighting now, yeah, she would get bodied. A lot of the Hokage couldn't handle what Naruto's doing right now, and the same goes for Hashirama.
Yes.
But with that being said, it doesn't matter. We're talking about what you could handle during your presidency or at your Hokage-ship. This man, Hashirama was dealing with the war against the Uchihas. He settled that junk.
Yes.
Before he became Hokage, really. So he put peace on that, and he captured all the tail beasts and gave them out like carnations to everybody. All right, and then he ended up passing away.
Yeah.
Second got murked by somebody. Third got murked by Orochimaru during the Konoha crush. He lost. He lost to Orochimaru. He died. There. Tsunade, literally during her stint as Hokage, unfortunately, Madara showed up. You lost. It doesn't matter. This was in your era. You lost. I don't care. GG. Kakashi got off because nothing really happened. And then when Naruto showed up, androids and AI started showing up, and now bro's in a box. Unfortunately. Tsunade, though.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I still won't put her at worst, but I do get what you're saying. But because, like, again, first Hokage, literally god of Shinobi, pretty much. The MJ of Shinobi.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's kind of comparing it just like it's just a hard deal. Raph, did you I don't know how far you've gotten to be able to compare, but what's your
I'm not far enough for references.
Okay.
I'm not far enough for references.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Fair enough. But yeah, once you finish up Naruto, let us know and we'll consider sending out an invite depending on how this video does.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
look, after we run the statistics on this one, we'll see. We'll determine
if. Look. You know when we had Atlas on here, bro. Hey, the people loved Atlas, bro. They loved him. They loved him here. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how people love Raph while he's here, and we'll go from there. But
yeah. Hey, look, first comment, get that guy out of here.
But okay, cool. You got anything else? Y'all good? Everybody good?
No, that's it. No, that's episode 31.
Hey, in the books, brother. Episode 31. Raph, appreciate you, man, for coming out and being with us, brother. Appreciate you. We hope to have you back on the show next time, man.
Yeah, I'll be back on the show next. Look, here's the thing.
Hey, the word
next time I'm back,
I don't know.
Here's the thing. That's the one thing that is so funny because DJ, he literally warned me about this. And every single he said, don't put my full name out there. And I had to do it at least 4 times to make sure the world
9
knew.
at this point. I've been counting at least 9 times.
Oh, at least.
Hey, look, we had a conversation. I guess, man, one rule. Hey, just don't break this one rule and you'll be fine.
Hey, Raph said, I'm about to break it 9
immediately
times.
broke the rule. Oh, Joe.
All right. Well, shit, man. If that's the case, then, man, thank you, everybody, for showing up for episode 31, man. We'll catch y'all next time. Now go read a book and wash your ass.